everyone, it's Tammy with Frou-frou Studio and welcome back. Today we're going to do the next episode of I Saw It on Pinterest. And this is my favorite video of the week, and I hope that you guys feel the same way about this series. For those of you that are new, what I do is I find something on Pinterest that I think is interesting, and I kind of do my own take on what I see. Today, the pen that I'm using is by the Graphics Fairy, and it looks like it's a little flip-flop journal that was made by Beth Wallen. And I'm not going to do an entire flip-flop journal. What I'm going to do is I am going to alter this little, it's just a little notebook, blank notebook. It's actually pretty good quality. It's got, the signatures are sewn in, and it's got a little craft stock cover on it. And I think it would be really cute for just like a pocket-sized little notebook to carry around. However, all us vintage, junk journaling kind of people, this is way too neat and clean and, you know, to be utilized by most of us. Some of you like the clean look. And that's okay too. It's just not my aesthetic. So I'm going to alter this in order to be able to, for someone to use it as a little notebook to keep in your purse or maybe in your carry-on if you're going on a trip and want to make notes. And so that's what we're going to do. And to start off with, I'm going to move my iPad out of the way. It's the first thing I'm going to do, because it'll end up with ink and everything else on it. I went through my vintage little scrapbook pieces, and I found this little card, and that's what I'm going to use as my focal point on the front cover. It is an actual vintage piece, and so it's, you know, stained and grunged up and whatever already. So that's going to be my focal point. I'm going to use this digital, and this is what I'm going to wrap my little book with. And I'm just going to wrap it around. This is printed on newsprint, so it's not real heavy. So it should go on down on here really well. And I'm just going to wrap this around. And I don't care that these edges are still showing. But before I do that, even this is way too clean. Excuse me. So we're going to do some aging up before we go any further. And I'm going to start by adding some vintage photo to this craft stock. And I love the way that Craftstock accepts vintage photo. I think it's a really good kind of grungy used color on it. And I'm just gonna kind of get some on here in the places that I think are gonna be exposed on the notebook. How is everybody? I hope you're having a good week. Summer is winding down, isn't it? Not that I don't think we're going to have some more hot weather, of course, but we are in September already. We'll have those fall colors going before you know it. This is just a little Tim Holtz distress tool, and it's made just to run along the corners of your pages to rough them up. So I'm going to try to rough this up. Now, I'm not going to worry about roughing up the papers on the inside. I'm just going to leave them as is. But you're going to have the full kind of vintage vibe from the outside. Now, I could go through and, you know, coffee dye all the pages and all that kind of stuff, but I'm not going to do that for this. I should have done that before I inked the first time, huh? Okay, let's kind of crinkle this up a little bit. Make it look like it's got some use. And like I said, this is cardstock, so it's gonna take a little bit of abuse and be okay. And it's actually gonna soften it up and make it kind of cool. And it is just paper, so it will go back, you know, flat once I abuse it a little bit here. And then I'm going to slightly rub with the vintage photo, and that's going to kind of pick up those creases and highlight them a little bit. Okay, so now let's deal with our digital. Let's see. I don't think that's very straight. So let's at least make it a little straight. Not to worry too much about it. It's just this little bottom piece down here. And grab it. Okay, that's close enough for government work. Again, I'm gonna rough up the edges a little bit. Let's just act like we're going to throw this away. Get some nice wrinkles in it. And then again, we're going to go over it lightly with a vintage photo so we can bring out some of those creases. Okay, now I'm just gonna kind of eyeball this. So that when I put it on, I kind of have the same reveal in the front and the back. So that's pretty close. Right there. And then I think we can just use glue stick for this. Get my glue book over here. And again, this is printed on newsprint, which you can buy a big old pack of on Amazon for, it's very inexpensive. But I love to print on it. I like the feel of it, and I like the sound of it in a journal. You can't really mount anything on it too much, like a pocket or something like that, but it's great for a page. You can write on it. And it's also great for if you're going to be layering because it's not very thick, and so you can layer with it and sorry, concentrating here. You can layer with it and it not cause a lot of bulk. And then we're not going to worry about any wrinkles that we get. Alright, and then I'm going to ink down this little seam here. Alright, so now, if I look at her pen, she has taken some tape and just like she mended areas. And so I have my little tape stash over here that's been dyed with alcohol ink. And I have two different kinds. I do packing tape, and then I also do just regular Scotch tape. And I actually prefer the regular Scotch tape because I think that it looks better because it's not glossy. But you, of course, can do, you know, whichever you like. I'm just gonna randomly put some on here so it looks like I've torn my paper a little bit and fixed it. Oh, my scissors. My scissors have walked off again. I don't know when those things grow feet, but mine seem to walk off all the time. Alright, now we are going to, actually I think I'll put another little piece of that down the side over here, just so I have 3 pieces if I can get it off my little plastic thing over here. This is, I just put mine down on like a photo album sheet so that I can pull it back up and it'd still be sticky. Alright, so now our little card is going to go on here. And I am going to ink up the edges. It's pretty rough already as far as the vintage goes. And you could see, you know, this corner especially. And there's a rip. There's a rip right there, a little one. But that's why I picked this particular card, because it was kind of rough already. Alright, so she has this on the top. And then she is, I'm sure, glued it, but she's also made it look like she has taped it down with washi tape, and also she's got some of this tape. So I'm going to do that first because it looks like she's got it kind of wrapped around the edge. So we're going to wrap a couple pieces around the edge here. And then I'm going to fold that down, I believe. may put a piece right here where I already have this rip. Just a little piece. And then maybe one more piece going like this. Okay, so we're going to glue that down here. And I'm going to use art glitter glue for that, I think, because it's a little thicker card. Alright, so far so good. Now we're going to take some washi tape and kind of make it look like that we're holding this down with washi tape. And I just picked something out of my drawer that had some florals. Ooh, see that whole corner? I need to glue that corner or we're gonna lose it. Just gonna glue it like that. Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit of ink on that washi so it won't stand out so bright. Okay, so far so good. Now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna make some stuff to just stick on the inside, just to give it that vintage look. But it's stuff you can use too. So I made this card because I don't have the fancy little note stamp that she used. So I made this card. This is a vintage index divider kind of thing. And it's old and grungy and yummy. And so I'm going to make it even a little more grungy. And I just stamped notes on the top of it. And I'm going to... You can see how brittle it is. I'm going to kind of break off the corners. And this is going to be kind of like your bookmark. And it's going to stick out the top so you can see the notes part. Kind of like that. I'm going to take, if that looks too planned. Okay, let's do some down this side too. Just some little chips. Okay, so that's going to go in there like that. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this envelope and ink it up and put some floral paper on it. And this is just going to be like an envelope that you can stick, you know, memorabilia or receipts if you're using it for your shopping list, or, you know, stuff like that. Ink on the book. You won't get it all over your glass mat. Much better idea. And I really don't even need to ink these edges because I'm going to cover that. I need to be inking the back. Sorry if I'm shaking the camera. I feel like it's shaking. Kind of grunging it up a little. Alright, and then we're going to put this paper on this side. So I'm going to put glue stick on the envelope, and then just stick the paper down and trim it. Not on that side, it's got a piece missing. Okay, now I need my missing big scissors here. There they are. Okay, back in business. Okay, ink around that. Okay, now I'm debating whether I want to. So we've got our little notes, and this obviously is going to stick out further than the notes because you want that floral to show behind the notes card. like that. Do I want to I think I will glue this in here on the first page. Yeah, I'm going to glue this here on the first page. So that it flips out. And then we will put something on this, just this page to cover that up. Something as in what? Okay, let's do that. It's upside down. Darn it. Okay, that's where we are so far. Now, she has another little piece that is sticking out the side, and it has a number on it. I'll show you this little piece right here. Dang it. So I'm going to use this other index divider, and it's just going to sit in here, and I am going to cut the length down a little bit. And again, this can be used as like a marker in the book. So I'm gonna cut it, if I can find a pencil, about right there, and just a tad off the other way as well. Let me get my paper trimmer here. And crud. Didn't really want to cut it using that tab, but maybe I can straighten it up here. Okay. Oh. Come on. Alright, and then I'm going to cut just a little slither off the width. Inking. Sorry, I probably was off camera. When I'm working, not filming, I always have stuff closer to my body when I'm working on it than when I'm filming videos. So sometimes I forget. Okay, so that piece is just going to stick in here like that. So far, so good. Now, the last thing I want to do before we wrap it up is she's got fabric, which I'm not going to use. She's got lace, which I'm not going to use because we're not doing anything to the actual pages. She does have a piece of ledger paper stuck in there. And I am going to do that. And I'm just going to take a piece of this and I'm going to fold it so that it will fit in the book. And it'll just make another, you know, some extra writing space. And I'm going to make it quite a bit longer. Like this long, I guess. Is that too long? Yeah, that's too long. Let's go up a couple more. Oh, I probably could go, see if I go totally in half that way, and then stick it in here. Yeah, I think that'll work, because all we want is the bottom to be exposed a little bit. And then we're going to clip it with this blue card with this little clip. So it's holding the blue card and the ledger paper in the book. Now, the last thing is I'm going to add a little bit of texture in some areas. And so I have just some little scrappy paper bits. This is out of a planner, I think. It's, you know, spiral bound. So it's the holes. I'm looking for my glue book again. I lose that thing. It's like I set it over to the side and then I keep setting stuff on top of it. Crazy. But I kept these little holes because the pages in the planner have these cute little birds and leaves on them. So even like where the holes were. And so I thought that was real interesting. And so I don't know if you can see that or not, but there's little leaves on those holes. And then I've got some doily. I don't know if you can hear that, but there's somebody driving down the road with their speakers like rattling the windows of my house with the bass in their car. It's crazy. I don't know how they can hear. And then this is, and I live in a rural area. I'm not in the city, so it's even crazier. Anyway, totally different subject. This is music, player piano music that is embossed. And I actually got this on Etsy, but I found the other day 2 whole rolls of player piano music at a thrift store, a charity shop. I was so excited. They probably thought I was crazy in there because I couldn't quit just smiling. And I'm gonna build just a little cluster out of this, just to kind of do some texture. And then I'm gonna put it on the corner of this envelope up here so that it's kind of like a little flippy thing. Sorry, I'm randomly rambling, aren't I? And I think this will be strong enough. We may have to put a little piece of cardstock or something behind it. We'll see. Try to get it all glued together here. Piece probably doesn't need to be that long. I think it's gonna be alright. I mean, it's not gonna. Oh, I wish I'd done it where it stuck out further. Okay. Is a little notes card too wide? No, because it's just barely sticking out. I think we're alright. Oh, don't make your glue your flip to your other page, and you're not going to be flipping. Alright, I am going to ink this page because it's not, because it's got that envelope, it's not really part of the note taking area. And then I'm wondering, I might do another little, some kind of thing down here. No, you're not going to see that, but if I do it here, you're not going to see it there either because of the 14. Maybe I'll do it in the center. Is that too weird? Yeah, I would have rather just taken that all the way down the side. That's an option. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay. So we're gonna just continue on down here. And just put some random pieces. This is book binding, you know, off the spine of the book that I tore apart. I think it's just really cool. So I always keep it when I can get it off in big chunks. It's already. One last piece of little spiral holes. There we go. I think I will put some tea-dyed paper on here. Yeah. Do I have any close by? Maybe. There went my glue stick. I think what I'm gonna do, cut it to height. How am I gonna handle that little part? Or do I care? Last little bit, guys. Oh, I bet I can't get this in there, can I? I'll cut some of it off. Where did I cut that to? I think I cut it the wrong way. I'm such a goober. Okay, so that should fit down in there. I'm going to slide it in there like that. And then I'm going to take my pencil and just trace around that and then cut it out. And that should fit on there. Make sure I get it glue on the right side because it's only going to fit one way. Okay, and then this piece should fit in here, so we don't have to cut another one. Not perfect. And then just put another one in there, like that. Kind of makes it more interesting anyway to have the two different colors. First, I had intended to just leave the back of the envelope as it was, but the more I look at it, the more I think there needs to be something there. Okay, and then let's put some washi. Where did my washi go? I've got this one too. And just to carry on with what we did on the front, let's put a piece of just random tape on there and get it off. All right, now ink up these couple edges where we put the paper on there. Okay, and the last thing we have to do is wrap it with our little piece of twine. Get these edges. So we've got our little envelope for storing things. We've got our little place card that we can move around. We've got another little place card that we can move around. And a little bit of extra journaling space. And those are clipped on with a little clippy. And we've got to ink this right here. We've got to do that. Okay. And then we're going to take our little twine and wrap it around. Untie a bow. in my bow. And there we have it. There's our little pocket notebook to keep notes in and list or make little journal entries, whatever you like. Use it as a prayer book, whatever. I think I have one more of those little notebooks. I may make another one because I found another card that I really like. Where'd it go? This one. I think it's really pretty. So I might make another one with that one on the cover. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. And again, let's go back and look at the original pen. And if I can get my iPad to behave here. And of course it flipped off the page I was on. Bear with me just a second here. See if I can find it again. It's in my folder called Junk Journaling, but that folder is like crammed full of pens. I thought it was toward the top though. There it is. So it's Flip Flop Journal by Beth Wallen. And the Graphics Fairy is who posted it. I'm sure she did it as some kind of make for the Graphics Fairy. So there's her version. There's my version. So I like it. Let me know what you guys think, and if you like the idea of the small little notebooks or not, and if you would, you know, carry it around with you. That helps me to know what kind of things to make for my Etsy store. You know, I don't want to be making things that people aren't going to use, but at the same time, you know, if you like this but, let me know what the but is so that I can make adjustments to what I'm doing. I appreciate everybody's feedback, and I want to give a special hello to Jody. Hi Jody. She is such a great subby. She always has something good to say and is very inspiring to me as far as, you know, thinking I'm going the right way with this. So thanks, Jody. I really appreciate it. And that's it for today. And we'll see you guys back on Friday. Until then, everybody have a great rest of your evening, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.